Welcome to Fox 54 News at 6. I'm Kenesha Dees. Community organizations are teaming up to show us the data about AI data centers, which have gathered widespread attention in recent months over where to put them, how to regulate them, and what they cost the community. Fox 54's Caleb Aguayo joins us live from outside tonight's forum, where those local groups will be discussing the environmental impact of data centers. Caleb, what is the key takeaway people should expect?
Yeah, Kenesha, event organizers tell me the point is for the community to understand what data centers mean for the Tennessee Valley and why you need to know more about them. The Alabama Rivers Alliance will be joining other groups like the Huntsville Environmental Coalition and Empowering Women's Causes, all with the goal of showing you what data centers do to local waterways, noise pollution, and local wildlife. Organizer Lynn Anderson tells us more about tonight's forum.
We're coming into this asking questions, and we do want to know what kind of enforcement, what kind of restrictions, what kind of oversight, what kind of transparency are they going to give us, the public, the voting public. North Huntsville needs to be able to grow, but let it grow in a way that people have a quality of life.
The event starts here at the Downtown Public Library at 6, and I'll be bringing back these insights for you tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. Live in Huntsville, I'm Caleb Aguayo, Fox 54 News.
Thank you, Caleb. With several instances of discussion surrounding data centers springing up locally, event organizers say it's more important than ever to inform the public what they are and do. All right, take a look from Huntsville. Cloud cover. We could see that here over in Huntsville. That's right outside of the Food Bank of North Alabama. And a lot of us saw the cloud cover and felt the autumn-like coolness, actually. I'm joined now by Fox 54 Weather Impact Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. Jordan, today felt like a sneak peek of fall. Can we expect more days like this to come?
Yeah, it definitely did. Honestly, it felt more like mid to late September across the Tennessee Valley as opposed to early August. Even by the end of August, our average high temperature is still in the mid and upper 80s, and we were nowhere near that through the course of the afternoon. We'll talk about that in a little bit. It is also going to come to an end. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well. At the same time, we're also still talking about just a little bit of rain this evening. Really nothing overly heavy. It's more of an inconvenience than it is anything else. Highway 72 back down into Gurley. Those folks talking about a little bit of rain down into Woodville. We're also talking about some rain, maybe some heavier rain currently hanging out across the city of Madison, kind of in between 565 and then Highway 72. We're also talking about a little bit of that rain hanging out across 565 and then to the south of 565, just to the north of Triana, just to the west of Huntsville. Rain's going to remain a possibility in some locations over the next couple of hours. If you didn't get any rain today and you really want some rain, well, there are several more opportunities in the forecast. At the same time, like I was just telling you, we're going to begin to warm things up. We'll discuss it all in a few minutes.
A man who authorities say attempted suicide at the Morgan County Jail is now being treated at a hospital in Nashville. Officials from the Morgan County Jail say the man was assigned a job in the jail's kitchen. Once found, he was treated and taken to the hospital. A judge granted him a furlough, which officials say means an authorized temporary release of an inmate for a specific, urgent, or rehabilitative reason. The man underwent a mental evaluation weeks before being assigned to the inmate work program, authorities say. He was in jail on a burglary, failure to appear, probation revocation, and was sentenced to 15 years. Huntsville police say the investigation into a deadly weekend shooting on Jordan Lane is far from over. Here's video from that scene. Detectives continue to identify everyone involved, determine each person's role, and review surveillance video from surrounding areas. The shooting happened near Jordan Lane and Masson Lake Road after investigators say a physical altercation escalated into gunfire. Vontrell Moore was killed. 4 other people were shot, with 1 remaining in critical condition. Anyone with information on this shooting is asked to contact HPD at 256-746-4136. A Tuscumbia man expected to face burglary charges after authorities say a homeowner shot him during a reported break-in. Police identified the man as Casey Wilbanks, pictured here. Investigators say Wilbanks entered a home on South Milton Avenue and was shot in the ankle. He was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries and is expected to recover. The Fort Payne City Council will hold a public hearing to decide whether to revoke the business license for the Rusty Barrel Saloon and Grub. The hearing comes after a police investigation into a hidden camera reportedly found in the bar's men's restroom. Investigators believe the camera may have been there between March and October of last year. Anyone who believes they have been a victim is urged to contact the Fort Payne Police Department. A bill aimed at limiting bonus pay for the U.S. Postmaster General is now moving in both chambers of Congress. Senators Katie Britt and Tommy Tuberville have introduced the Senate version of the Reform Act, matching legislation Congressman Dale Strong filed in the House. This bill will block performance-based bonuses if the Postal Service fails to meet key financial, service, or reporting standards. Strong introduced the measure after we reported ongoing mail delays and package backlogs at post offices across the Tennessee Valley. The legislation also requires more transparency on executive bonuses and Postal Service performance. Now, Representative Dale Strong, the lawmaker who introduced the Reform Act, also chimed in on the update, saying in part, quote, "The American people don't get bonuses for failure, and neither should the Postmaster General. The Reform Act ends the practice of rewarding poor performance and makes clear that leadership must earn incentive pay by delivering results, not excuses," end quote. Fox 54 also got the chance to speak with Harvest residents about the ongoing USPS problems in local post offices. These problems include packages left out in the rain and deliveries to the wrong address and delivery delays.
Not getting our packages on time, and when they do come in, they're ruined. Or I get packages from not just my neighbor next door, but from neighbors down the street.
The post office can't get my stuff, and I'm paying, my money for my stuff, or my stuff comes damaged or has water damage on it. Then, yeah, it's definitely affected me a good bit.
The Reform Act was originally co-sponsored by Representatives Barry Moore, Shamari Figgers, Mike Rogers, Robert Adderholt, Gary Palmer, and Terry Sewell. If you bought pistachio nut butter at Walmart, you may need to return it. Botticelli Foods is recalling one lot of Better Goods pistachio nut butter because it might be contaminated with salmonella. The affected lot has an expiration date of January 28, 2027 printed on the cap. It was sold at Walmart stores in 19 states, including right here in Alabama. No illnesses have been reported so far. If your jar is recalled, you can take it back to Walmart for a refund. Salmonella can cause serious and sometimes even fatal infections. It can also cause digestive issues for healthy people. If you live in Gurley, listen up. Starting today, you may experience lower water pressure for the next 2 weeks as crews start routine maintenance. Officials say the tank will be emptied, washed out, and recoated as part of the maintenance. This can look like your faucets, showers, or sprinklers not flowing as strongly as usual. The work is only expected temporarily to affect water pressure while the project is underway. Traffic impact alert for you this evening. If you drive through Plaza Boulevard in Madison, expect a temporary road closure tomorrow and Wednesday. 118 Plaza Boulevard in front of Publix will be closed as crews complete a utility connection. Under City of Madison permit requirements, the contractor will reopen the road by 4 both days to help reduce back-to-school traffic. And if you drive in Albertville, plan for delays. The 2-mile resurfacing project starts today on State Route 75. AlDOT says crews will mill and repave the divided 4-lane highway from Gary Road in Marshall County to County Road 1982 in DeKalb County. A daily single-lane closure will be in place until the work is finished. The $1.3 million project expected to wrap up in the fall. For a full traffic forecast, tune in to Fox 54 News at 10.
It's just very discreetly kind of placed in their backpack so that there's no stigma around it.
Food Bank of North Alabama prepared to give back with food backpacks ahead of back to school. Fox 54's Logan Alexandra Russell explains how the nonprofit plans to feed the need this year. I'm loving it. It's what families are saying about the Golden Arches, also in the Back to School Spirit giveaway. Learn how McDonald's is handing out its backpacks in Decatur. Students are heading back to class this week, and for many, that means more than just getting an education. It means finally getting regular meals again. But once the weekend arrives, many of those same kids are left unsure where their next meal will come from. Fox 54's Logan Alexandra Russell shows us how the Food Bank of North Alabama is stepping in to make sure no student goes hungry when the Friday bell rings.
Students are heading back to school this week, with many districts providing free lunches for their students. But what happens at the end of the day when the bell rings on Friday? Nearly 60,000 children across North Alabama live with food insecurity. While free or reduced cost school lunches feed them Monday through Friday, the weekend can leave families struggling to put food on the table. To bridge that gap, the Food Bank of North Alabama is packing up peace of mind with its weekend backpack program.
It includes food that's really accessible for kids, things that are like pop tabs, food that doesn't necessarily need to be warmed up or cooked.
The food bank works with about 20 local groups to serve an average of 5,500 students every single week. And because appearances are important to kids, school administrators are stepping in to help.
Administrators kind of help identify the students that they know need that help. And then it's just very discreetly kind of placed in their backpack so that there's no stigma around it.
Organizers say that extra help on Saturday and Sunday makes all the difference when the bell rings on Monday morning.
If they show up to school hungry on a Monday, they're not going to learn. And they're going to be disruptive in class, they're going to be hangry. I'd be the same way, you know? I wouldn't be any good at work if I came in hungry on a Monday morning.
The push comes right on the heels of a successful summer meals initiative, where the food bank distributed more than 28,000 boxes to over 8,000 kids across 11 counties. Now, volunteers are back on the packing line working to ensure no child goes hungry when the weekend arrives. In Huntsville, Logan Alexandra Russell, Fox 54 News.
Yeah, Logan Alexandra, I know that the Food Bank of North Alabama is also looking for volunteers.
Yes, they are. So they've already started packing the bags for the backpacks, but they're still looking for volunteers to help them throughout the school year and as well for their other programs that they have.
Wow. I mean, that's a lot of food that they're giving out to a lot of students who need it. I know in your story you said that these students are also on free and reduced lunch.
Yes, and this is also a continuation of the summer program that they had going on. Those same students that get meals over the summer are the same students that need them during the school year, during the weekend. So they're making sure that all these students are staying well nourished and fed throughout the year.
Yeah, because it's nothing like working on an empty stomach.
Oh, no. I know I can't do it, so.
No, I'm no good, and I'm no good. But thank you so much, Logan Alexandra Russell. All right, well, Fox 54 has all you need to know to prepare for the new school year right here on the Fox 54 app. Stream our back to school special and all things back to school on demand. Speaking of which, McDonald's preparing students for success this year with McBackpacks. We'll take you to Decatur. And Jordan, with all this cloud cover, will we see rain gain?
Yeah, we are definitely going to be talking about more rain across the Tennessee Valley. We've already seen a little bit of it associated with that cloud cover this afternoon. And yeah, more is in the forecast. We'll discuss in a couple of minutes.
Over County 911, what's the address of your emergency room? Okay, your wife is in a bar, you said she's unresponsive.
This is what he's going to tell you. How to get out of that situation.
And I grabbed the gun.
Trying to find the first place to put a body.
No, sir. The only thing they could do was kill him.
You want to say anything? We, the jury, and to find the defendant.
I'm loving it. It's what many parents are saying in Decatur after a backpack giveaway this afternoon. 300 backpacks were given away at the 6th Avenue McDonald's as students prepare to return to class in the River City. Those backpacks also filled with school supplies so students would be ready to learn. Owner and operator Tim Wilson spoke with FOX54 during the giveaway, telling us it's special to be able to help the community.
It's our way of giving back to the community. Times are tough, and it's our way of saying thank you to the community, and just making sure the kids have what they need to start the year off successfully. As a local business owner here in Decatur, it brings me joy to be able to give back and just to see the turnout for people that need the school supplies.
Yeah, what a turnout. This batch of 300 backpacks added to a total of 1,500 backpacks that have been handed out by Wilson over the past 5 years. And we got a look over at Governor's Drive, and we could see a bit of cloud cover. No surprise there. We also saw some scattered showers. And Jordan, you mentioned that seeing those clouds and feeling those cool temps is not unusual. Or is it? No. It is unusual.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that one. Though it's interesting that you say that. Every morning I like to scroll back through my Facebook memories because Facebook puts it in one little convenient. On this day last year, I posted that most of us probably wouldn't get out of the upper 70s. So while it is unusual, we are now on a 2-year streak of being well below average on August 3rd.
That's something we need to watch.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll provide an update next year at this exact time and see if we are once again below average. And we were significantly below where we should be this time of year through the course of Monday afternoon. 83, that's all the better we did at the Huntsville International Airport. We saw 82, both Pulaski and Fayetteville. We saw 81 in Albertville. Look at that, Fort Payne didn't even make it out of the upper 70s. They saw a high temperature of 79 degrees. It is the early days of August. We should be climbing into the lower 90s. It's been a while since we've been this cool for multiple days. I say a while, but it's only been since mid-July. I believe July 13th and July 14th. The high temperatures on the 13th were right around 81 or 82, and then on the 14th we had a high temperature right around 82 or 83 degrees. So very similar to what we saw today and what we saw yesterday. Again, well below where we should be in early August, and the average high temperature right around 92 degrees. As a matter of fact, it's well below where we should be even by the time we get to the end of the month. Today it felt more like mid to late September. Yesterday as well. 89 degrees is the average high by the time we get to the end of the month. The average low goes from 70 to 67. Pay attention to that sunset. It goes from 7:49 to 7:14 p.m. And then on average, we get right around 3.61 inches of rain in the month of August. Now, high temperatures are gradually going to climb as we head into the middle and later part of the work week. By the time we get to Thursday, Friday, we're back to talking about temperatures in the lower 90s, and it looks like that's where we'll sit as we head into the weekend. Still talking about a couple of scattered showers this evening, predominantly across the 565 corridor and east of the I-65 corridor. Madison down 565, just sitting to the north and to the east of Triana. Those folks talking about a little bit of rain, maybe a little bit of light rain back into Owens Crossroads, Gurley, then down into Woodville. We might be talking about just a little bit of light rain, and there was also a little bit of light rain across the Alabama-Tennessee state line. That type of activity is going to remain in the forecast through Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening, where not everybody's going to get wet. Not everybody's going to get wet at the exact same time, but you should have an umbrella handy just in case you're one of the unlucky ones that does have to deal with a little bit of rain. Tuesday night, we are dry. We stay dry through the overnight and then early into your Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning commute to work and school for many of the kids across the Tennessee Valley. A mostly cloudy sky, but it does not look like we'll be talking about any rain. However, a little bit of rain is going to be in the forecast through Wednesday afternoon and Wednesday evening. Of course, we're going to dry out as we head into the overnight, early into your Thursday morning. For those starting the new school year on Thursday, the morning commute is going to be unproblematic, but then it's a rinse and repeat process. Whereas we head into Thursday afternoon and Thursday evening, we'll once again bring about an opportunity for just a little bit of rain. 79 right now in Huntsville, Athens, and Decatur, 78 in Arab. We're sitting at 81 degrees right now over in Moulton. Once again, we drop into the upper 60s as we head into the overnight. I've enjoyed the cooler afternoons, but I've really enjoyed the cooler nights. I've got a low temperature right around 68 degrees. Have a good look at the next 7 days. Just 87 on Tuesday, a little warmer than what we saw on Monday, but still below average. 88 degrees on Wednesday. I've got a pair of 91s as we head into Thursday and Friday, so getting back into the lower 90s, back to where we should be this time of year. 92 on Saturday, and then another pair of 91s Sunday and Monday. There is an opportunity for rain in the forecast every single day through the forecast period, but understand that activity is going to be incredibly isolated in nature. We are going to get to enjoy more sunshine as we head into the later part of the week.
Students return to the classroom in the Tennessee Valley this weekend. The Tennessee Valley Authority is looking to help teachers and students start the school year off on the right foot by offering $5,000 in funding for STEM learning projects. This competitive grant program supports hands-on projects focused on science, technology, engineering, and math. Officials say previous grants have helped students gain access to tools including 3D printers, hydroponic towers, and digital microscopes. Grant applications are open through September 15th. Find the link to apply on FOX54.com. Well, check this out. A record-breaking teen is heading back to campus at Calhoun Community College this fall. Van Houston McMillian returns after earning a 3.5 GPA and Dean's List honors during his first year. Wow. Well, McMillian made history when he enrolled at the college at just 12 years old. Now, beginning his second year, he plans to continue studying chemistry and says he hopes his journey inspires other students to pursue their goals regardless of age. Impressive. Well, check this out. The Muscle Shoals Police Department is introducing the school resource officers assigned to each campus ahead of the first day. Lieutenant Mike West, Officer Gerald Smith, Officers Thomas Marshall, Kenneth Simpson, Billy McBrayer, and Frank Eccles will serve the district's 6 schools. Police say the officers will help keep campuses safe while building strong relationships with students, staff, and families throughout the school year. All right, Mo, what's happening at Alabama A&M?
Well, the competition on the gridiron is heating up for the Bulldogs. We'll talk to Sam Shade about that competition on his football field next.
Fox 54 Plus has your news, sports, and weather. Start your evening with Fox 54 at 5:30, delivering the latest headlines and live reports straight from the scene. Then stay informed with Fox 54 News at 9, featuring your Tennessee Valley certified most accurate weather impact team, tracking everything from tornado threats to traffic delays during severe weather. Fox 54 Sports Extra brings you more of what sports fans crave, with deeper insights, expert analysis, and all the action that matters most. On Fox 54 Plus, you'll also find Alabama politics, plus 24/7 weather radar and real-time forecasts to keep you ahead of the storm. Looking for a quick recap? Don't miss Fox 54 Week in Review, highlighting the biggest stories of the week. Jumpstart your morning with Morning Rush. Fast-paced news updates, featured with uplifting stories from across the globe. Get your entertainment fix with Getting Real, where we break down movie reviews, top 10 lists, and spotlight the newest film. Die Hard fan? Locked On Sports dives deep into the Crimson Tide, the Tigers, college rivalries, and pro action. True crime warrior style? Killer Cases brings you gripping real-life stories that stick with you. Hungry for more? Cooking with Style serves up mouth-watering recipes that are easy to make and impossible to resist. From movie previews before you head to the theater with Take a Look, to must-know headlines from across the region and around the world with In the News. Watch all of these shows on demand and also on the Fox 54 News app. Available on Android and iOS devices. Streaming 24/7.
The early stages of preseason camp for the Alabama A&M Bulldogs continuing on the hill, and as the team moves closer to putting on full gear, you can count on those players to turn up the intensity. With the exception of maybe 2 or 3 positions, every spot in the starting rotation is still up for grabs. So in the early portions of camp, you've seen the rookies push the veterans in various competitions because everyone wants to get that playing time. Coach Sam Shade explained why this sort of competition is healthy for his team.
A lot of these guys have been under this coaching staff for a year. So there's some things, there's some standards that we've set that when we come out here to practice, those standards should be upheld. And coaches, we've got to uphold those standards, and our players have to do that, particularly the guys that are the leaders on this football team that have been with us for a year, and they know what the standards are.
Phil Steele unveiling his preseason all-SWAC squad, and 4 Bulldogs receiving nods. On the first team was linebacker Wyatt Wright, kicker David Falk, and punt returner Jordan Chambers Smith. Defensive lineman Arenza Davis receiving a second team nod. Alabama reports to camp this week, and today Ryan Coleman Williams receiving some preseason love. The rising junior was selected to the 2026 Maxwell Award watch list. Last season he caught 49 balls for 689 yards and scored 4 touchdowns. In 2 seasons, he's got 12 touchdowns for the Alabama Crimson Tide. And coming up tonight in sports at 9 on Fox 54, we'll take you up to the pros to check in with both the NFL and Major League Baseball because today was their trade deadline. Kanisha.
Yeah, Mo. Tonight on Fox 54 News at 9, AI data centers are fueling debate across the Tennessee Valley. Fox 54's Kip Aguayo digs into the environmental questions local groups say every community should understand before more projects move forward. The first deaths linked to the cyclospora outbreak have now been reported. What health officials want you and your doctor to watch for as cases continue to climb nationwide. North Alabama male frustrations now fueling more action in Washington. We learn which Alabama lawmakers are also supporting a bill that aims to address that. We'll have all these stories and more for you tonight on Fox 54 News at 9. Before we let you go, thousands of rubber ducks hit the water in London. There it goes. And it's to race to the finish line. The canal turned yellow with those ducks as part of a fundraising event for children in intensive care. The people on paddleboards and boats helped guide the ducks down a 100-meter stretch, with the first place duck owner winning train tickets from Eurostar. This is the race's 10th year. I don't think I've seen so many rubber ducks. I remember covering a rubber duck race when I used to work in Panama City, but that is a lot.
That is a lot of rubber ducks. And I wonder where the train tickets take you. That's an interesting grand prize that I've also never heard of before.
I had to look up I think it's Eurostar. So yeah, Eurostar, and apparently they sell train tickets in Europe.
Oh, maybe it's their version of Amtrak. Have either of you ever taken an Amtrak train?
I have.
Yes, yeah. But speaking of rubber ducks, don't you collect some?
Yeah, yes, because I drive what most people would probably not even define as a Jeep. Mine is a Jeep in the sense that that's who made the car. I don't drive one of the cool trucks or the cool Wranglers, but I do have a couple from very nice souls that have recognized my Jeep as a Jeep and have on occasion left me a rubber duck.
So cute. And I know they have like different personalities.
Well, they do.
So
they do. There are people with several more than I will ever have because other folks drive much more souped up Jeeps than I will probably ever drive. Quick look at the next 7 days. I'm happy with my fun little SUV. 87 on Tuesday, 88 on Wednesday. We get back into the lower 90s by the time we get to Thursday and Friday. We're also going to maintain the opportunities for rain every single day this week, but the sunshine will finally return for some of us tomorrow.
Woohoo, right before school.
Yes.
All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you tonight at 9.